to day 3 of the Managing Time for Success. And today we are going to talk about how to manage your time like successful people. Okay, and today we are going to see how to perform like a successful person so that you get 5 times more done in a single day. Are you excited for that? And yes, I have pulled this material from my personal coaching programs. Some of the tools and techniques that I have that has helped every single client of mine to manage their time better and get more done in the single day. So I hope you have completed the exercises for day 1 and day 2. If not, pause this right now, go back, look at what you want to be doing, and then proceed further. Because the most important part after you learn is to take action. Okay, so let's get started. We worked on the dream, we worked on the goal, we worked on your decision, your purpose, your plan, your big rock, right? And let's quickly do a recap. So day 1 we learned how to plan, and to get connected with your dreams. If your real big dreams, then how to push and stretch forward, how to create the discipline to actually achieve what you desire, and most importantly, we looked at the 4 squares of time allocation. And I am sure you have decided and you have committed to do whatever that falls in those 4 squares, and whichever quadrant is the most important to you. I think this is a tool you should definitely use so that you can have best utilization of your time. Right? We also saw how to build in the energy, which plays a very important role in the life of an entrepreneur, right? And time is money. So that was your day 1. And when we connect with our purpose and we outline our goals, it becomes very, very easy to prioritize and to get to the next level, right? So on day 2, we talked about prioritization. And this was all about designing your day, designing your daily discipline. And we started how your ideal dream day should look like, and we attached the emotions to it, and we saw how important it was. And then we moved to the big rock exercise, which is the most important thing that you should be doing during the day. And then we had categories that we put on a top priority, your top realities, and we chose what is it that we want to spend most of our time on, right? And this all added up for you to create a schedule. I hope you are on track by now. And from there, we are going to build on the daily discipline. And I'm sure you have already started. I know it's just 2 days, but I'm sure you already started working on it. This will take a week to see those results if you follow through. Okay. And on day 3, what is it we are going to do? We are going to look at how you can book your time, or I would say it this way, how you should book your own appointment, appointment with yourself. So whatever tools you use, maybe right now, maybe if you're using Google Calendar, you're using a planning diary, you are whatever tool that you're using, absolutely fine for scheduling the day. Okay, share your experience of what happened in the previous 2 days and how you have lifted up to see how you want to actually take care of your time. Okay, sharing experiences just help others also to pick up things and start implementing for themselves as well. And this is how you actually start creating, uh, not only for yourself but for others. So if you're watching the video and if you comment below, there are people who will be watching the video a little later, and then they will also see through your learnings what is it that they can also observe and probably try and use those things for themselves as well, right? And hopefully, I'm sure you have done the exercises. Let me put it that way. I know you are action taker. So the last step is all about the way you show up. So when you sit down for the day and you are consistently, working on something, but you get distracted and your mind starts wandering, or you are actually a person maybe who's super disciplined, but if you don't know how to stay laser focused, then you are wasting your hours and hours of your precious time that will never come back. Okay, so first is to have the discipline, and second is, if you are disciplined, how you can have the laser focus. Okay, but when you apply this, you will get 5 times more done of whatever I'm going to be sharing with you today. Okay, so most of the time we see, um, people don't focus, and that is actually the missing link most entrepreneurs have. Maybe they focus on marketing, sales. They're thinking about मेरा sales नहीं हुआ, मुझे marketing और करना है. They're just looking at that part, making the social media post, etc., etc., right? Well, as in fact, that can fit into the schedule. If you really see and look at the four quadrants, you can have all these activities on the schedule, and they don't have to be like something on the top of your head every single day. If it's in the schedule, it will happen. So again, three parts, like what we did for all the other 2 days also, right? We're going to have three parts to this, what I'm going to share today. The first one is work on your distractions. Okay, the first most important part is to work on your distractions. Just ditch those distractions, is what I would say. So there are two types of distractions. Okay, understand that. And if you are able to work on it, you will be able to make amazing progress. One is your emotional distraction, and the other is your environmental distraction. Okay, so emotional distraction can come from the mind, and environmental distraction can come from the surrounding. Very easy to understand, right? So let's talk about something that is easy. Okay, the first one, let's talk about the environmental distractions. So what's going around us? Okay, so the first thing that you are going to do is to take care of the environmental distractions that are there. What do? You turn off those notifications. What do you need to really deal with? Every moment or everything, if there are any interruptions that are there, somebody is always, there's a, please create a structure where these small pings, these small notifications, something that, buzzes all the time, does not take away your time, and these distractions are really curtailed off. Okay, and they keep coming, and you got to take care of these distractions. So have a time in the day when your phone is completely off, your emails are off, your WhatsApp is off, your social media is off, and you are spending quality time on something you want to do, all for yourself or all for your business. Become really aware about what is pulling your day. And we have lots to cover today, right? We have lots to cover. So take care of your distractions, and I would say turn off those notifications as far as the environmental distraction is concerned. Okay, the second one is multitasking mind. You're multitasking, and I say women are good at multitasking. A lot of women, take pride in multitasking, and that's great. Okay, good, it's a good part of it. But be cautious about it, because it divides your attention. Now, train yourself to remove those distractions that are there. Try avoiding those distractions and interruptions. So, when you are distracted or interrupted, let me tell you, it takes twice as much time to come back to the same task that you are doing, and then you follow through. So what happens in the process is multitasking may really look very good, but believe me, it takes time. So be focused. So focus on finalizing what you want to start with. Give your 100% to it. The environment, whatever the environmental distractions or whatever, just take care of that. Okay, so take a task, complete it 100%, give your more than 100% in doing that, and then move forward, and you realize, oh my god, this major chunk of it is done. And you are not doing it in bits and pieces and trying to, crumple that in the time. So uh, do that. I know multitasking is lovely for women, but when you're doing focused stuff in your business, try and focus on the stuff, right? Okay, the other part is emotional distractions. Now these are something that come from the mind, and emotional distractions may take a little time to really work on. Okay, so the environmental distractions are fine, you can work on it, but emotional might take a little time. So distractions can have many reasons, these emotional distractions, right? One is, it can occur when you leave things unfinished. If something is worrying us or our brains, you know, if something is worrying us, our brain tends to look for solutions automatically. Automatically we are thinking about what should I do, what can I make, what can I, whatever, 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 right? But in doing so, it causes us to get distracted, and this could be a part of the internal chatter that you have. So what I want you to do is write down all your emotional distractions. Now, this is going to be different for different people. I don't know, whatever degree or level or whatever, but just make a list of what are my emotional distractions. What am I thinking about all the time? What are those internal chatters that keep coming to me, right? And start working on that. So when you put that, what you do is put the dates to it or the deadlines to achieve that. Now, when you actually put the date or the deadline to achieve, yeah, this is what I'm not going to do, or this is what I'm going to work on till whatever time frame, it completes the loop in the mind. So when you are putting down the details, just put the dates or the deadlines and ensure that you are avoiding negativity in it. Okay, we actually struggle to structure our life, but we need to do a lot of inner work. All those limiting thoughts and beliefs and habits, you got to work on that. Okay, and that sometimes takes away a lot of time. So habit makeover, I cover this in depth in the Pathway to Transform program, and the only way is to dig deep into it and do the inner work. And we really do this consistently in the Pathway to even on the Transform Her program. In the Pathway to Transform Her program, we actually get into detailing of how you should even focus and take action. Okay, so it's an extremely big plan. Okay, it's not something that, okay, the little nugget and let me work on. No, you got to be really focused. And I can teach you, I can teach the tactics, I can teach the strategy all day long. I can teach my clients, and that will never work, okay, and never produce extraordinary results till you do the inner work. Prioritize the mindset. Prioritizing the mindset is important, and this is the major work I put in with my one-to-one coaching clients, right? Because that shift creates a whole lot of change. Okay, the next one is developing a discipline. So you got to know the distractions, the emotional and the environmental distractions, work on that. The next one is develop a discipline. Now it is setting your standards of self-control. Now discipline does not mean 9 to 10 I'm going to do this, 10 o'clock I'm just going to close this and start something at 10. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you got to set your standards of self-control. So if you're watching WhatsApp and you're looking through messages, you know that, okay, 10 minutes is the time, and it's enough. I can also see this later on. Okay, so that is what is called as setting the standards for yourself. Now, these are two deep topics, but I'm going to give my best in the available time that we have, right? That we are going to really put in for this particular video. So the first one is setting standards. It's simply raising your standard to a level of success that you want. So put in that discipline. What are your rules for a productive day? What if I ask you to create a list of standards? What would you make sure that you are getting done in that particular day? What is that you want to accomplish? Okay, just make the standards that you want to set for yourself. And you know what? The standards for each person are their own. So they're not going to come out of the blue. You got to work on it and you got to put them for yourself. And I suggest you create some success standards, some standards, or your leadership standards, or your entrepreneurial standard, whatever you want to be achieving, right? And create some rules for the day. And the rules are the guide. They're the guide. You can create the rule, I know you can break the rule and whatever it is, but you know what, it at least gives you a framework, it gives you a guide. Okay, for you, if you don't have your own ways or your own schedule, understand, you become a victim of the environment. It is not easy, or it is not getting easier, but what happens is you get stronger when you have your guidelines in place, you have your framework for your day in place. So we have to develop that standards and that level of discipline. At any given day, there's going to be something that is going to be urgent. Fit that into the four squares and understand what you want to be doing with it. Okay, and it's all that we focus on. Whatever you focus on, that is what you get more. I know you know this, right? And that's what you are going to do. You're focusing on raising your standards. You're focusing on being that disciplined person. So raise your standards. Just make a list of what standards you want to create for yourself. And one of the thing that impacts of success is, the lack of discipline. Most of the entrepreneurs you will see would have, uh, there's always a degree of success, right? And each whatever degree is personal to the person, and person can be happy in whatever state. But the thing is that if you lack discipline, that actually brings in a lot of issues and stuff, and then things start getting on lower on the front. So in order to create more self control, I'm just going to share a few tips with you. Okay, one one very important: become self aware of your temptations and know your weaknesses and cut it out. Temptation to look at the phone all the time, temptation to go on the Facebook, whatever it could be, whatever is your temptation. Okay, acknowledge your shortcomings. The first step towards it is realization that this is what I'm doing and this is what I need to change. So till the time you don't realize, there is no action that is happening. Okay, acknowledge your shortcomings. Sometimes we as entrepreneurs, what happens is we have shortcomings, but we want to cover them up. We don't want to show it to the world. We don't want to show it to anybody. Okay, so what I want you to do is write down your weaknesses and temptations and choose at least one or two to work on immediately. Immediately start working on it. Now, if you have taken some training and coaching from me, we go deeper into it and work on this, right? Working on all this so much can change just in about 60 to 90 days time. And our Transform Her participants have experienced this, and I will just get a few of them on the hub, probably on the Learning Hub platform, to share their experiences, because that's what creates a major change. And in fact, through such programs, there is so much opportunity to learn, so many things that I teach. But it is really bad when I'm giving things here. Uh, I'm giving it at a bird's eye view. We are not really getting into detailing, right? With this short programs, we get much deeper into all these things, into your business. We actually work. We get into understanding what's there on a one-to-one basis. And I have this 100% proven method which I work with my clients, and each time they have seen amazing results. But all this happens at a deeper level inside the coaching program. So use these tips, use the frameworks. I've shared with you all these things in the last 3 days, and you will be able to get much more done during the day. I'm telling you, even if you follow through what I've shared in these 3 days, you will get results. Any questions, let them keep coming. I am there to help you out, and I have learned from the best in the industry. I have invested hugely in it, but I'm getting it to you, and I am on a mission to help women to build a successful career, a business, and a fulfilled life. So I want you to develop a structure in a disciplined way so you can get focused week after week after week. And most importantly, your schedule does not forget to lock a free day, which is very important. You got to have time to regenerate. It just cannot be very mechanical, right? And we as women, I know we are doing with a lot of things, right? On the business front, family front, relationship front, so many things that are happening, right? So in the Transform Her program, I teach you skills which can take you for take your life to the next level. Have multiple tools and techniques that I share to unlock your true potential. Okay, so if you have any questions, here I am to help you. I'll be happy to talk to you, and as far as my calendar allows me the bandwidth, you can book my 15-minute schedule with me on Ask Tejaswini. I'll put the link out here. So get so that I get my eyes onto what you are doing, so we can course correct. And when you are actually working with me in a one-to-one, I can be with you every week, and we can course correct and course correct and course correct and help you really get to the goals and to your success and the success that you really desire. You can work your way up in this program, but most importantly, all the things you learned in the past 3 days, okay, whether you are in the Transform Her program or not, whether you join that or no, not, whatever you have learned in the past 3 days, if you apply these things that I have shown to you, okay, you will make remarkable progress. And the hardest part is to take action. So I don't know, if you are an action taker, just bring out what you experienced. Okay, I will help you make the transition. We have a bunch of women starting this program of Transform Her Journey shortly, and I hope to see you there, and I hope you enjoyed today. I hope all these 3 days are going to help you manage your time successfully if you just follow through of what I have shared. So keep calm, keep commenting, and thank you for showing up for yourself. Keep rocking and keep growing.